Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. Now, sorry today that it is coming out on Monday as opposed to Sunday when we regularly upload, but yesterday I was spending some much needed time with friends and family, but now we are back on track. So let's go ahead and check out some of the really cool mods that have come out this week, starting with the Doom Guy armor by AthenaX. Now, we actually covered this armor not too long ago on the channel, and this is a beautiful little work of art that you can add to Fallout 4. A lot of people like having Doom armor in their game as it is a shared Bethesda title, but this is something special. Rather than just a full set of Doom armor, this is actually fully modular, along with different versions based on if it's light, medium, or heavy armor. You can grab this thing by crafting it at a chemistry station, so it is not added to the leveled list, but that's just fine as it is a little unimmersive to have this thing on raiders and gunners. But of course, if that's something you wanted, you could always tweak the leveled list in Fallout 4 Edit. Now, all that being said, I think this is a beautiful set of armor. I really appreciate how it is modular and how you can mix and match this with different combat armors to make your own unique set of armor rather than being just the Doom Guy. As for those individual pieces, this thing comes with the arms, chest piece, legs, helmet, and even some under armor, which is a really nice touch to really bring this whole thing together and feel cohesive. Really is such a nice armor for all of you Doom fans out there. Now, instead of the Creation Club option, you have another free option that in my opinion is way better, especially with all of the features you get in this one. So definitely worth grabbing. This thing is super cool, but it is currently only on PC. I cannot seem to find a version for Xbox, so you'll just have to wait and hope that there comes a port to Xbox sometime soon. Our next mod was a super cool release, and that is the Human Grab Attacks by Elzee. Now, this is going to take a lot of the vanilla grab attack and kill move animations and implement them as normal combat moves used not only by you, but the NPCs as well. So now there will be a lot more variety to your melee combat that will make it much more interesting and really dangerous compared to firearms. So this adds over 80 new combat moves that you can pull off during combat, all of which done by melee weapons or even unarmed attacks. These moves are no longer instantly lethal unless of course your opponent is at very low health. Now instead it will just knock them to the ground or make them into a ragdoll for a little bit. This also applies to you though, so definitely be careful with this one and don't stand close to too many ledges. So in order to initiate any of these moves, you're just going to use a power attack and it will initiate. It's really that simple, just adds a little bit of flair to your melee combat. The melee area is definitely something that I always found that Fallout 4 did pretty poorly, and this adds at least a little bit to it, making it a little bit more interesting and definitely more fun at the very least. This is something you're going to want to try for yourself. It's a really good time and just super fun to run around and attack enemies this way. Sadly though, if you want to try this for yourself, it is currently PC only. I do not see a link on BethesdaNet, but hopefully there will be a port at some point in the future. Our next mod here is the Reanimated Laser Pistols by OCZ, and this is going to add new animations to the laser pistols. So now there will be a completely new one-handed animation both for firing and reloading, which is pretty interesting and definitely new. Just a nice little take on the laser pistol reload animation. Now this also applies to Righteous Authority, so if you were to take Righteous Authority and convert it into a pistol, it gets its own special unique reload, which is definitely got a lot of flair. This may not be for everybody, but if you want to spice up your reload animations for the laser pistol specifically, then this might be a mod for you. Keep in mind this doesn't affect the laser rifle reload animations, just the pistols. Just something to be aware of. Now up next we have the Glock 86 uses plasma cartridges by Wanamingo. Now this is going to make some changes to one of my favorite energy weapon mods for Fallout 4, the Glock 86. Typically this thing would actually reload with a fusion cell, which was a little unimmersive and a little bit of a balance issue. This mod will change the model so it actually uses plasma type ammunition, as well as the level list so that it uses plasma cartridges, which just makes a whole lot more sense. This is a plasma based weapon after all, it should be using plasma based ammunition, and like I said, this will help with a balance issue where before you'd be getting plasma type damages out of just lowly fusion cells. This is going to make the ammo a little bit more rare as you again need those plasma cartridges. Just a nice little touch for immersion and realism's sake in a fantasy world with plasma weapons. Now, while testing out this mod, I did notice a fun interaction between this mod and the mod that we just covered. If you are using the Reanimated Laser Pistols mod from OCZ, it actually affects the Glock 86 plasma rifle / plasma pistol. If you have this thing converted to a pistol, it will use those animations as it used vanilla laser pistol animations. So that's a pretty cool interaction. If you like those animations and you like this pistol, then they work perfectly together. Fun little coincidence to have in this week's Mods Weekly. The next mod that we have coming up is the Settler Vigilante Power Armor by CaptainUltima and Newer Mind 43. This adds a completely new set of power armor based off of the T51 that features a lot of unique attachments, including different tools and some really cool unique paint jobs. Now, none of these attachments can be applied to the vanilla power armors. However, the vanilla T51 paint can be applied to this armor while maintaining its tools, which is pretty interesting. This provides a really cool, unique take on an already existing set of power armor, which definitely makes this very lore friendly. Now, if you want to grab this armor yourself, you're going to obtain it in a very unique way. You're actually going to need to head to your workshop menu, move over to the power tab, and then all the way over into miscellaneous, where you will find a new Settler Vendor Otronic 2000 crafting terminal. From there, you head to said terminal, and then you can actually purchase the armor. And each of these have different amounts. You can grab the left arm, right arm, helmet, left leg, right leg, and torso, all for 100 caps each. You can also purchase a shiny new tool for 20 caps, which will give you a random tool from the game. For example, there we got an adjustable wrench. Pretty interesting little feature there. On top of all that, this mod also adds a cool new paint job to the vanilla 10mm pistol as well as the vanilla assault rifle that mimics the paint given to the power armor. Altogether, just a super cool new power armor mod. Always great stuff coming from CaptainUltima and Newer Mind. Really awesome stuff. If you're a fan of power armor, this is definitely one that you're going to want to pick up. Not to mention, this mod is available for not only PC, but Xbox One as well. So go out there and grab it. Links will be in the description. Now, the next mod that we have is CyberOut Animation for Crossblade by RedLotusDragon. Now, this mod is going to make it so that you can use the CyberOut animations for the different weapons featured in the Crossblade pack, which is super cool. Once you've installed the required mods, you're simply going to head over to a weapon crafting workbench, select the weapon you want to use from the cross pack, and we're going to grab a new animation. You can see that we have the katana animation, katana one-handed animation, and then the standard animation. And I think that this fits very well, especially on weapons like this plasma katana here. But it does work for all weapons in the pack, which is super neat to have that animation option for those of you that want it. Very cool indeed, and definitely something new to have for these cool weapons. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about it on every single weapon. For example, this Crucible Blade here. Maybe this isn't the exact style that I would picture for the Crucible Blade, but luckily you can disable any of them or enable any of them at the workbench, which is very cool to have that customization option. Either way, I'm super happy to see even more support for this really cool animation pack as well as this really cool sword pack. The animations are also available by the same mod author for all of the vanilla blades, which is another mod that you can download on the Nexus. I'll go ahead and drop links to all of those mods down below, not only for the CyberOut animation for the crossblades, but also for the original CyberOut mod for the crossblades itself, and also the CyberOut animation for the vanilla weapons, all of which are totally worth grabbing. I'll have them again linked down below. And with that, we bring this video to a close. Lots of really interesting and unique mods coming out this week. Definitely some really cool ones. So if you want to try any of these, like I've been saying, there will be links in the description for all of these mods, as well as Xbox links if they are available. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to go out there and support your mod authors. If you like any of these mods, endorse them. Consider donating if that's something you're able to do, but most of all, just show your appreciation for all of their hard work. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.